Hello friends, today we'll talk about marriage in a Pisces ascendant horoscope. As you can see on the board, this is a Pisces ascendant where number 12 is written in the Lagna. For marriage, we see the 7th house. Number 6 is written in the 7th house. Mercury is the lord of this house, and in this horoscope, Mercury is also the lord of the 4th house, where number 3 is written the sign Gemini. And please remember, whenever Mercury is placed in these two houses, either in the 4th house or in the 7th house, Mercury will make a very auspicious yoga called the Bhadra Yoga. In addition, when a person wants to get married, his or her wish is fulfilled, and this wish fulfillment is seen from the 11th house. Number 10 is written in the 11th house. This is the sign Capricorn. Saturn is the lord of this sign. So a combination of marriage and wish fulfillment. Thereafter, once the person is getting married, his family size will also increase. So this increase in family is seen from the 2nd house, where number 1 is written. 1 is the sign Aries and Mars is the lord of this sign. So we find that Mercury, Saturn and Mars are the most important planet so far as getting married is concerned. Many people also ask me question about their love affairs and whether the love affair will culminate into a love marriage. So for love affair, we see the 5th house. Number 4 is written in the 5th house. Moon is the lord of the 5th house. Moon signifies the love affairs, and whenever along with the marriage, in case Moon is active in any dasha antardasha, in that case the person will get a marriage. Now, to see the timings of marriage, what we need to know is when these planets are going to be activated in a dasha antardasha, which could happen at the planet level or at the nakshatra level. That is, any planet which is in the nakshatra of these 3 planets gets activated. And in the horoscope, along with the 7th house, we must see the lord of the 7th house. It can be placed anywhere in these 12 houses of the horoscope. We must know what the 7th lord, which gives us marriage, will do when it is placed in different houses. In addition, we must also find what are the planets which are placed in the 7th house and what effects these planets will give when they are in the 7th house. And also the 7th house itself, this is the sign Virgo. Every sign has 3 nakshatra in it, so we should know what will happen when any of these nakshatras are getting activated, which will be activated by any planet sitting in this house. So we will see all these results one by one, and in the end we will take a look at remedies, upayas or precautions which are required in this horoscope so as to get best results regarding the marriage. Also, as you are aware, the 12th house to any house indicates weakness in that house. And so, since the 2nd, 7th and 11th house, these houses or their planets, their lords, are responsible for marriage. All houses which are 12th to these houses, that is one house before these houses, which is the 1st house, the 6th house and the 10th house. Whenever these houses are active, we will find that it will give problems in marriage, or it can also give divorce. Now when we look at the 5th house, we find number 5 is written, the sign Leo in this house, and Sun is the lord of this sign. And when we look at the 1st house and the 10th house, we find number 12 and number 9 is written. Jupiter is lord of both these signs. So Sun and Jupiter, whenever they come together in any dasha antardasha, either themselves or at nakshatra level, they are liable to give divorce to a person. Having taken a look at all these basic factors, now let us take a look at the 7th lord, Mercury, when it is placed in all the houses. When Mercury is in the 1st house, it is in the sign number 12, which is Pisces, in which Mercury becomes neech or debilitated. But because in this horoscope, Mercury is in a Kendra house, an automatic cancellation of debilitation or neech bhang yoga takes place. And so overall the results will be alright regarding the marriage, although there may be some kind of delays in the marriage or some obstacles. When Mercury is placed in the 2nd house, Mercury has come to a house which supports marriage by indicating an increase in family, and the result here will be good. When Mercury is placed in the third house, once again, this is a positive placement and will give beneficial results regarding the marriage. When Mercury is placed in the fourth house, Mercury has come to its own sign and makes Bhadra Yoga, which is very auspicious. And here Mercury will become very strong to give good results regarding the marriage. When Mercury is placed in the fifth house is a trine house, a very auspicious house. And fifth house indicates love affairs, and the Lord of marriage has moved to the house of love affairs. This is a very good indication that there is a strong possibility for the person to have a love marriage in case Mercury is active during that Dasha Antardasha. When Mercury is placed in the sixth house is 12th to the 7th house, creates weakness in that house, and it can lead to a lot of arguments, disagreements between the couple. If connected with any other malefic planets, then it can lead to divorce. When Mercury is placed in the 7th house, Mercury has come to its own sign and makes the auspicious Bhadra Yoga once again. And not only that, in this sign, Mercury becomes exalted or Uch, so it becomes very strong to give good results regarding the marriage. When Mercury is placed in the 8th house, 8th house is the house of troubles, problems, obstacles, difficulties, pain, and Mercury, the Lord of marriage, has moved to the house of pain, and it will give all those results. When Mercury is placed in the 9th house is also a trine house and considered a very auspicious house, and Mercury will give good results here. When Mercury is placed in the 10th house, Mercury is opposite its own sign and becomes detrimental. So here it will create some kind of issues and delays and obstacles in the marriage. However, when the marriage happens, in that Dasha Antardasha, we may find that the meeting of the partners takes place through their office circles, through their colleagues, seniors, juniors, etc. When Mercury is placed in the 11th house is the house of our profits, gains, wish fulfillment, everything that we want. And the Lord of marriage has moved to the house of wish fulfillment, and the person wants to get married, and this is a very good placement. When Mercury is placed in the 12th house creates weakness and separation, as well as 12th house indicates foreign countries, something to do with abroad. So we will find during the Dasha Antardasha, when the person gets married, depending on which period comes first, after marriage there may be separation between the couple, or the marriage may have connection to foreign countries or abroad. Looking at other planets, when they are placed in the 7th house, when Sun is placed in this house, Sun is the Lord of the 6th house, and 6th house being 12th to the 7th house denies marriage or creates obstacles. So here Sun will create a lot of troubles, arguments between the couple, and they may happen because of ego tussle between the two. When Moon is placed in this house, Moon is the Lord of the 5th house, which is the house of love affairs, and Lord of love affair coming to the house of marriage gives a very strong possibility of a love marriage. And the nature of the partner in this case, we will find, will have a lot of emotional ups and downs. When Mars is placed in this house, Mars is the Lord of the 2nd house and the 9th house. 2nd house indicates increase in family and is a supporting house for the marriage. And the 9th house itself is a trine house, and it's once again a very auspicious house. So Mars becomes very strong to give good results regarding marriage here. When Jupiter is placed in this house, Jupiter is opposite its own sign and becomes detrimental, and here Jupiter will give problems, obstacles in the marriage. And in case the Dasha Antardasha gets connected to Sun, in that case the person can get a divorce. When Venus is placed in this sign, Venus becomes neech or debilitated. However, because Venus now is in a Kendra house, an automatic cancellation of debilitation takes place. Also, Venus in this horoscope is the Lord of the 3rd house and the 8th house. The 3rd house is alright for marriage. However, the 8th house indicates a lot of troubles, problems, etc. So these two houses, the strength of these two houses, the 3rd house and the 8th house, must be compared, and whichever house is strong, those results will come. In case the 3rd house is strong, in that case the meeting of the partners may happen through advertisements, through online dating apps, marriage sites, etc. However, in case the 8th house is very active, in that case there will be a lot of disagreements, fights, arguments between the couple, and a lot of jealousy can be a reason for that. When Saturn is placed in this house, Saturn is the lord of the 11th house, the lord of wish fulfillment, but Saturn is also the lord of the 12th house, which indicates separation or foreign countries. And Saturn itself is a separative planet and is the significator of delays. And as I repeat in every video, whenever Saturn is placed in any house, because of its intrinsic nature, Saturn will give delays in the significations of that house. So now Saturn is placed in the 7th house. Although the lord of wish fulfillment coming to the house of marriage is a very good indication, but still, because of the intrinsic nature of Saturn, there will be delays also when Saturn aspects the 7th house. And Saturn will aspect the 7th house when it is placed in the 1st house, in the 5th house, or in the 10th house. So from these 4 houses, whenever Saturn is placed in the 1st, 5th, 7th or 10th house, Saturn is liable to give delays in the marriage. So please remember that if you have Saturn in these conditions. Looking at the nakshatra part of it, in this sign Virgo, we will find there are 3 nakshatras. The first nakshatra from 0 degrees to 10 degrees belongs to Sun. Sun is the lord of the 6th house, which denies marriage. So please check in your horoscope what is the degree of the planet which is placed here. It could be any planet. Any of the planets, if it is placed from 0 to 10 degrees, it will be in the nakshatra of Sun and will give problems in the marriage and arguments and all because of ego issues. Any planet which is from 10 degrees to 23 degrees 20 minutes in this sign will be in the nakshatra of Moon, and Moon is the lord of the 5th house, love affairs. So we will find that the results here will be good and it could lead to a love marriage. And when any planet is from 23 degrees 20 minutes in this sign up to 30 degrees, then it will be in the nakshatra of Mars. And Mars once again is a benefic planet here, being the lord of the 2nd house and the 9th house, as we have discussed earlier. So Mars also will give good effects, and that planet which is placed here will also give good results. Here please remember, whenever a planet is placed in any house or any nakshatra, it is liable to give the results of the lord of the nakshatra also. So in this house, out of 3 nakshatras, from 0 to 10 degrees, in case you have any planet there, please remember that it could lead to problems because nakshatra of Sun will be there. But from 20 degrees to 30 degrees in this sign is a good placement for any planet. Overall, now when we look at this, the most important planets are Mercury and Saturn for the marriage. So we must do the remedies accordingly. The first remedy is a lifetime good habit to be at best behavior with small girls, daughters. The second remedy is once again a lifetime good habit to give water to plants every day. The third remedy is to help poor people and old people. And the fourth remedy is a precaution for lifetime. Avoid having non-veg and alcohol. Doing these small things will enable the planets to give you even better results regarding marriage in case you are a Piscean. I hope you would have understood the basics of marriage in Pisces Ascended Horoscope. See you in the next video. Thank you.